Good morning. While I'm letting my other truck warm up, I'm going to talk to you about something that kind of popped into my head this morning. Educators. We're all educators on one level or another. And I think it's important right now to encourage our young people to seek education, to be sponges of information. And those of us who have information that maybe somebody else doesn't know should feel honored to be the person that has the opportunity to offer information so that somebody else can walk away now more educated. One of the things that popped into my head is there's this woman, and I know her, like I've been in her presence, so like I know her as a person, and I'm friends with her on Facebook, but I wouldn't call her, like more than an association. And she went on Facebook one day and just ripped in great detail about her pet peeve of how people don't know the difference between a paint horse and a pinto. Went on and on and on and on and on in great detail about how this really irritates her. And it was like a big, like she really just wanted the world to know that she was like really tore up over somebody not knowing the difference. And here's the ironic thing. She's a professor. She's a paid educator. You would think if you chose a profession of being an educator that you would seek opportunities, or at least take opportunities to offer somebody education. Instead of like if this person that she's writing this thing about is paying attention and say, is a friend of hers on Facebook, or friends with somebody else who's friends with her on Facebook or whatever. If the person that you were like freaking out about saw this, you're like, wow, like you could have just told me the difference if I'm such an idiot, like get off your high horse and let me walk away with an education now, so in the future I don't irritate the next person for my lack of knowledge. My lack of knowledge is an innocent lack of knowledge. People see a horse with white and a different color, or white and two different colors, and they think it's a paint horse because of Western paintings usually, show with the Indians the painted horses, and that's just kind of, and I think even just the word painted horse is what people think. They don't even really know that they're speaking of a breed or a registry. And people even in horses, it may not be something they've ever been exposed to. It may not be something that they, maybe if it was more common to see, the colored horses in um, Western, and you only rode English, and it really wasn't that common to see, a paint or a pinto in one of your classes if you were at a show. Whatever reason that piece of information never got into your memories or into your education, like to be like beat up for it publicly. Like if this person was meant to see this, like publicly beat up for it. It doesn't, and sometimes when people don't know something, they're not receptive to the information. And I get that too. Like yesterday, I offered an opportunity to educate two little boys, they're teenagers, um, that saw a turtle in the road, and the turtle was on my side of the road, but he was headed across the road. And one little boy, like dismounted his bike in a hurry, dropped his bike and grabbed the turtle and ran back out of the road and kind of tossed the turtle on the ground. And, I I did stop to talk to him, but I didn't say anything to him about kind of throwing the turtle. In part it was to be cool to his friend, but he also did a good thing and he saved the turtle. Um, so I pulled over and I said, "Hey," and I instantly got that, "What do you want, lady?" kind of thing, right? And I said, "I just wanted to let you know that turtles kind of operate on like a GPS, and his GPS said, follow this route. And if you take him and turn him around, it's like he went down the wrong road, and GPS is going to keep trying to reroute him back in the direction that he was trying to go. So even though you took him back where he was coming from, GPS is going to say, U turn when possible, rerouting, U turn when possible." So that turtle, although you saved him, is going to get himself back into that situation because his GPS is telling him he needs to go that way. And the kid, still wanting to be kind of tough guy with me, said, "Oh yeah, I knew that." And then the other kid, he definitely kept on like that scowly face, like, "Listen, lady, we didn't ask for your information," or whatever. But I didn't take that personal. They're teenagers, right? So as I'm driving away, I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and the kid picks up the turtle from where he did throw him. And he runs him across the road, and he puts him on the other side of the road, and then he runs back to his bike, and off they go. And I could have left that experience with, like, you little punks, but maybe they have teachers like this woman who make them feel bad for what they don't know. Because before I pulled away, I said, "But cool that you tried to save him, cool that you saved him, like, to make sure that the kid knew that what he did was a good thing. And he just was missing a little of the information that would make that safer for the turtle in the future." Um, yeah, I mean, like, it's sad to think that our kids may be afraid to be wrong, or our kids may be not receptive to valuable information because they have teachers like that, that make them feel bad for what they don't know, instead of try to make them feel interested in what they don't know. Because the best thing that can happen is the kid could learn to want to learn. Um, Whoever this person was that didn't know the difference between a paint horse and a pinto, you know, you could have been the reason that was the last day they didn't know. you know, like, if you had taken the time to educate this person, it'd be the last day they didn't know. I don't know. Sad to think that those are our educators, right? Those are the people that are grooming our next generations, is bullies that make people feel bad for what they don't know, instead of taking opportunities to be the reason that they never have another day that they don't. Okay, that's it. That's my thought.